What do you think of that?
I think the totality of it really good. Like I got to, for those who don't know behind the scenes, I got to see like the last little glimpse. I thought it was really well done. That was great.
I like to play around with it. I'm like, my original, I'm like, I need something specific with that music. It's like, yeah, maybe some scenery. Originally, I had somebody running. I'm like, that looks kind of weird,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
got to end
Scenery.
with a wolf, right?
Yeah.
I'm a like alpha, right? Sigma, an alpha sigma wolf. Oh, no, not really.
Wolf of Wall
But
Street over here. I'm
oh
joking.
yeah, oh yeah. So Wolf of Wall Street. So I bought this, saving it.
Hey.
I figure I didn't want to wait till tomorrow, so I figured I'd do it now. I'm gonna test it. So it is JP Weiser, and it's an 18-year aged Canadian blend whiskey. So people are like, well, what about bourbon and scotch? I'm like, well, what about them? I don't know. Like, do whatever you want. Like, it's a free
Oh yeah,
country.
yeah, yeah,
So we will try this bad boy.
yeah.
Man, if this sucks, that's like $60 down the drain, right? Okay. Ugh. It's got to be good because there's a wooden top on the cork, right?
In theory, hopefully, I'm pulling for you.
Here's to 2023, and I don't think it can get much better than this year. Hopefully, not a disaster next year.
Yeah, here's to hoping. And the verdict,
Strong, not bad,
not bad. That's good.
not bad. I have I have a $30 whiskey I think's better, but whatever.
Yeah,
So
some of the budget-friendly whiskeys can be really good.
yeah, I gave somebody this gold standard, I call it, of Canadian whiskeys is Copper Pot, which
Hey,
40 Creek, really good one. But
now the
so,
viewers out there know.
what do you think of this year?
I thought it was all in all a good year. I mean, like if you take a look at all the carnage that happened, like say with regional banks and legitimate concerns with inflation, like if you survived, hey, like not bad.
Yeah. What
Stuck
was it?
through it.
Silicon Valley Bank, right? Was the
Yep.
first one?
Yeah, Silicon Valley Bank, First Republic also had a rough go of things, to say the least.
Which one? I can't remember which one went first.
I think it was Silicon Valley, is what I want to say, but
I think it was.
like
Yeah.
for sure, it grabbed the headlines first when it came to getting like punched in the face real
It was
bad.
crazy.
Yeah.
That one was crazy because, that's where, like, that's where, like, all these hedge funds kept their money,
Yep.
which was so wild. Because like, that was and it wasn't like any bank. It was like the bank of Silicon Valley, and
Yes.
all these hedge funds and all these people we probably never even knew about had money in that bank, is what
Yep.
it turned out to be.
Hmm.
Like, holy shit. And
Oh yeah.
oh, and then when, yeah, was it FRC was the other one that crashed, right?
Yep.
My god.
Yeah. Because I
Um,
mean, they're regionals, and yeah, technically by definition, they're not too big to fail, but
yeah,
like,
Silvergate Bank
yep.
voluntarily liquidates. Then 6, that would have been here.
Yep.
Silicon Valley Bank fails. Oh my god. Yeah, UBS bought Credit Suisse. That was right here. Um, I don't remember. Federal Republic went bankrupt, or no, they didn't go bankrupt. They got seized by
Yeah. Yep.
the federal government. Yeah, banks don't go bankrupt. They just the federal government steps in. Have you ever seen? I think there's a Frontline special on taking over a bank. I think
I don't think I did, but
it's
like that,
really fascinating because
it
they
remains.
actually went. If it's here, they went with the people that do these bank seizures. Um,
Mhm.
bank. I don't know. It might not show up, but that's a great one for anyone that wants to watch. This one,
Oh
Age of
yeah.
Easy Money, great watch. Watch that sometime. Um, then they have like a 4-part series about Wall Street. Nah, it might not be here. The card. No, I don't think it was a separate title.
That's all right. Like it was Frontline though. Yeah.
Maybe the one I'm thinking.
Mhm.
But it was some documentary I saw on YouTube, and yeah, they went with the people that seized the banks, and they
Mhm.
knew it was coming. They had given the bank warnings. It was like, I think it was this was like from 08, 09, and they go in at like 5 in the morning. It's like it's a team from the, FDIC. So they go in, it's like 10 accountants, and they go in, they lock the doors. Employees are told what's going on, and they're supposed to just sit there and wait. And then they just go to work. I'm like, it's such a fascinating, you know, it reassures you about our system though. Like
I'd say so, yeah.
that that is there to protect you. Like that is legitimately there to protect you and me. That whole system. So yeah. Now the choice of taking all the deposits and refunding all of them, that was an interesting move. But they had, they had their reasons.
I think so,
They
yeah.
were trying to keep faith in the banking system, and they had the insurance money to do that. I
Yeah,
mean, the fear was that if it kept happening,
yeah. Oh, yeah,
they
yeah.
didn't have the money,
But
but
yeah, given that, and not all of the regional or smaller banks are completely.
yeah.
I
But
wouldn't want
we can
to compare
say,
it, but
I mean, I think we can say now that was the right move.
Oh
I
yeah, yeah,
mean, here we
yeah,
are, 8 months later. I mean, it worked out.
yeah,
No other banks, of no other significant banks, maybe some little ones, but,
yeah,
so that was the right move, kind of. It was
hmm
like, yeah. So,
yeah.
interesting year, and then as soon as that ended, it was like
Yes, it
we
just.
were in it was quite a doom and gloom situation, although I was day trading FRC like crazy.
I remember that.
I made so much money. This is stuff I can't put on YouTube. What am I gonna show you how I day traded a failing bank on social arb news of J-Pow stepping in? So, I don't look at technical chart for people. I still think charting is stupid, but you can day trade sometimes. Well, no, it was multiple days, so it was like
Yes,
swing trade.
yeah,
So it
I
wasn't day
remember.
trading, but like
Yeah,
short-term
yeah,
swings. But, yeah, sentiment on J-Pow news of him stepping in, and also of, um, Jamie Dimon buying FRC.
hmm
So that was big. I just knew it. I freaking knew it when it crashed like the 3rd time. And I'm like, I know Jamie Dimon's gonna get this bank because the
yeah,
assets of FRC are some of them are very desirable,
very.
assets. So I'm like, he's not gonna let this just
No,
disappear on him. So he got his piece. So
no, the setup was really nice because you knew that the regulators were rightfully concerned at the time. So
mhm.
any sort of like regulatory risk, like if it was like now or 2 years ago, and he tried to do that, like everybody would tell him to like kick rocks. Like, no, this is not happening. But
Oh, here it is. Number 12, JP Morgan takes over First Republic. So that
yep,
happened right here. So that
yep,
was, yeah. It was like right next around my birthday.
hmm
So, oh, what a crazy. And then as soon as that hit, number 15, Nvidia blockbuster earnings right
oh yeah,
here.
yep,
That was, and you can even see the chart as soon as that was like the start of the tech run right there when Nvidia blew earnings away. Because I don't think really because everyone was such a everyone was so depressed about the banking system. And then it's all of a sudden like,
hmm
holy fuck, like Nvidia. Oh, what a time. I don't know.
oh yeah, yeah,
Interesting
it's,
year. But like these things go like I felt like halfway through the year, I'm like, things would shift
hmm
because things don't stay bad forever. And although I thought dividend stocks would make a comeback in the second half of the year to some degree, so not really, but it's okay.
yeah.
What other things happened? U.S.
You didn't
government.
bet the farm on that, so that's
No, I
yeah.
didn't do anything different. So,
Besides that, like, even if you're in that case with your holding period with those, that's like, so you're off by a year, like, not the
yeah,
biggest, or like, year or two, even, like, that's not the end of the world.
I mean, it was interesting though to read like um some of the projections of like they thought that some of these analysts thought like the Fed was going to raise rates insanely high and then drop them almost as fast as they raised them.
Oh yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, I thought that was so wild for them to think that the Fed was just going to go like whoop, like to go from almost nothing to like 5, 6, and then dip down to 2 by the end of the year. I saw multiple analysts say
Mhm.
that. I'm like, this is crazy. Like inflation can go that fast down, but
Mhm.
the Fed is not moving like that. I don't know
No,
I don't know why they thought that was going
no.
to be the eventuality. So yeah, what a year. So
Oh, yeah.
this'll that's the first chart. This is the real chart of the year, though. Um, really, if you could summarize this year in the markets, like it's this chart, right?
Yep.
The Magnificent Seven, 54% return. The rest, basically nothing. I think they rounded to 0. It was basically a rounding error. So
Basically, yeah.
493 companies total of the SP 500, nothing. Like no return. It's all due to 7 companies. These 7 companies combined are bigger than like I think I saw a chart. They're bigger than like the French, the UK, and the German stock markets combined. Like
Oof.
the Magnificent Seven.
Yeah.
I think you could even throw in probably like some other country like Japan, actually, honestly. They're bigger than like I think they said Apple's bigger than like many company or countries' entire stock markets at this point. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
wild. And then, oh man, just crazy this year. This chart was interesting. I was looking at it. I'm like, is this the time? Are we going to see this is my quandary right now. Like, is
Mhm.
this when internationals make their comeback? But I don't think so. Not in a meaningful way, I don't
Yeah.
think. So,
Sad to say I'm not seeing any clear catalyst.
they
Uh,
don't have the technology companies and AI infrastructure that would have
justify it.
them have any
Yeah.
meaningful comeback. I just don't
Yeah.
see it. Um, I don't know. I think we're good to go for a long time. I don't know. This is my opinion. Oh, look at Kale. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I can't be sometimes I don't get I'm at work on my cell phone looking at stuff. Um I don't even have like the apps or anything. Like I don't even use like Sync or Swim from Schwab because it's on my home computer. I can't use it at work.
Yeah.
We should have S&P 10. Like legitimately someone's going to come out with that product.
Mhm.
Um there's a QQQ's 100. I
Yep.
think you can get even more. I saw some growth investment from JP Morgan where it was 70 companies. So now we're even close. We're getting smaller.
We're getting there.
Yeah. So we go from 500 to 100. I saw one at 70, which was like cherry picking the S&P 500. I'm like, honestly, I could see someone like the top 50 or 10 companies in America.
Yeah.
Um, Somebody could trademark that. I don't know if it'd be Standards and Poor or I don't know, maybe the Russell
Yeah.
10, Hot
Yep.
10. Oh my
They'll
goodness.
follow the sportscasters. They'll be like, "All right, Rushmore, Mount Rushmore. We're gonna go with top 4 holdings in whatever index."
Crown Royal is the OG whiskey in my book. My most of my uncles love Crown Royal. I like it. It's pretty good. Not the flavored. I just like the regular Crown Royal. So, oh man. Other than that, so that's this year. Kick down the can.
Yep.
So trading wise, no, let's get into trading. What's our trades? I don't know. It's a weird place to be because everything is run up so much. It's
Mhm.
insanity. Like to look at charts of everything I look at from early November to now, it's like vertical lines. Like I've almost stopped looking. Like I looked for housing investments, and it's the same. Everyone I saw interesting. It was like first week in November, vertical line. It's like what the fuck. It's gonna be hard. Yeah. So I don't know. So so you look at okay, what's not run yet? It's like mid caps haven't run. So
Yeah.
people talk about that. Not a lot though. I guess we'll see. You just put cash away or fund your indexes until you see anything interesting. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't see any harm in that.
the
Like,
volatility would be insane. Oh my god. Yeah. Well, it would be the S&P 10. It would be Apple, Microsoft, United Health, JP Morgan. Berkshire, I think. Meta, maybe
Yeah,
Meta. I think Meta.
I think so too. I
Yeah,
think they make the cut. I want to
man.
say Google probably does.
Oh yes, Google.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, are you just going to keep funding your? What do you have? The S&P 500, or
Yeah. I got that. That's the core biggest, like, my net worth retirement savings. It's it's indexed like that. Um, if we want to be
yeah, mine is
technical,
too. I don't have a total U.S. market
yeah,
option.
yeah, same here. So
So.
it's, if we want to be technical, C fund, but it's is what it is.
Mhm.
I just say
Oh,
that.
you can keep. So once you're in that, you can keep contributing even when you get out of the military, right?
Oh, really?
No, can you or
I
is?
don't. I'm not sure, but I do know though that, like, with my career path and career trajectory, though, like, I'll be able to make regular contributions to that one again.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I'll probably have to, like, it'll probably have to get, like, transitioned out of a DoD, like, framework to just regular federal employee. But yeah.
Yeah. So I do. I'm gonna do probably Monday. I'm gonna do a video about like what you can do in your 401k.
Hmm.
So, I mean, there's like 4 or 5 options. There really isn't that many options, but, apparently a lot of people are in just cash, which is
Oh
crazy.
yeah,
More
yeah,
recent, like a significant portion of 401ks out there.
yeah.
They don't
That's
pick
scary
anything.
to me.
They just
Yeah.
it's just cash.
Hmm.
So, and I think a lot of that is just they literally never picked anything. I don't know if it's
Yes.
intentional, because but nowadays I know, they automatically enroll you, I think, in a lot of companies, and they put you into a target date fund, probably closest to like your 67th birthday, I would
Hmm.
assume, when
Yes.
you're like full social security. So, I that makes a huge difference, I think, though, just auto enrolling people because just the process of enrolling and picking a fund, there's a lot of people just won't do it. They
Yeah.
just they could afford to put money away, but they just don't. They just never get that step done. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I
yeah,
was.
I do because I have the S&P 500. Actually, I just did an adjustment, so it's a little less than half, and then I have it's a Vanguard blended product. I kinda like it though. It's mid cap with
Mhm.
selective small cap investments.
Ah,
So, and then the rest is international. So,
hey, there we go.
but it's a fund that doesn't have China in it, I should say,
Oh, okay.
because I don't invest in China. So
Yeah.
it is not an ex-US. I won't invest in the world ex-US because then you have China exposure. So I
Yeah.
refuse.
Yeah.
So it's a different product, but nonetheless,
Hmm.
let's see. US stock, bro. I mean, for a lot of people, like that is one strategy I'll cover. I'm like literally one option for your 401k is just straight up S&P 500 or US market.
Yeah.
So to keep it as simple as possible, no percentages, no for
Hmm.
funds, just straight up US market. You know
Yeah.
the companies, you know what you're investing in, probably the easiest thing to explain to someone. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't suspect anyone's really going to get themselves into trouble, like,
No.
long term. I don't, like, whatever you choose, whatever the system is, like if it's a respectable one out there. I
I can't imagine a more useless thing like when I see online people market timing ETFs,
Yeah.
broad diversified ETFs. And there's people on Reddit talking about, "Oh, it's up. Should I sell it?" Or "It's down. It's a loser. I should get out of it." I'm like, "Oh my god. What are we doing?" I just want to shake these people. Like, if you're going to debate VU to the VTI or I don't even know. I'm like, what are we doing here? What are you doing? VU's like 80% of VTI for God's sakes. Like, yeah, so far, small caps and mid caps have not kept up.
Yeah.
All the money's gone into tech. If you think tech is gonna keep getting more capital, then you should probably just do SP 500.
Yeah.
You'll slightly edge the US market, but it won't be by much, but
Yeah.
oh man, you
Yeah. Yeah. The U.S. stocks, bro. Yeah.
S&P 10, that's hilarious.
That is.
So I don't know. I like that I wanna make a housing investment,
Hmm.
but I think everyone's already front run that, so I don't know.
Yeah.
It's really hard. You find something you like. I'm not gonna buy a trash company. I look at it and I'm like, I found a window company got acquired. I'm looking at a cabinet company that already ran 80% this year. So it's like, yeah, it's like, holy crap. I don't know. Or do you just buy quality at this point? If it's all overvalued, then
Hmm.
you buy the quality names. If you think your thesis is intact still, I guess, right?
Yeah, possibly. Could be.
So,
I mean,
because
like,
I could say, so I will do a video on this eventually, value compared to quality,
ah,
but because I'm pretty much a quality investor, I would say mostly. Long
mhm,
term, short term, I can buy anything, pile
yeah,
of garbage. I don't care, but um, like this, when I presented this to everyone, this is a quality company with an amazing future to them. I think. Like, wait, what do they call it? The tailwind shit. I
oh
don't
yeah,
really like
yep,
those terms, honestly. The tailwind, headwind shit
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
annoys me. But they have such a bright future. And then people are like, it's expensive. I'm like, well, is it really expensive? Because it's a I would it was close to fair value when I presented it, but I'm like, this is a quality company.
hmm,
So, but here we are. It's $22. It was like 187 or 197. Now it's 222.
yeah,
So, I mean, some people, oh, that's irrational. I'm like, I don't think it's irrational. I think people
not
recognize the
necessarily.
bright future. But
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is perfectly possible to get something that you think is fair or roughly fair, and for a period of time, like it'll do pretty darn well because the quality just keeps everything together and keeps it on path.
maybe
Like,
I'll just keep buying what I own. I don't want any more. So should I say all my long-term dividend stocks? I've never said them all.
um,
People
maybe
are gonna ask me shit. I don't want all these stupid questions about these companies. I'm not saying when I'm not wait, let me pull out my green crayon like Paul, and I'll draw just magic next to them all and say that I'm up. Except for one, I'm down 1%, right?
yeah.
Is that the trick?
Yeah, just show logos on a screen with arbitrary percentages.
Couldn't believe he did that. Did you so like
I saw
his
that. I was
Alibaba
like,
position? I
yeah.
went from the first video I found of him saying he bought it, and I went to the one he said he tax loss harvested it. So I
Mhm.
drew a line, and he
Yep.
was down and the stock went down 63% between those 2 videos.
Yep.
63%. He got fucking hosed on Alibaba, and he has the gall to put it on that screen and say he's only down 7%.
Yeah.
Fucking
I
embarrassing.
I called BS.
Embarrassing. I
I
couldn't
called
believe it. Strongman's like, I'm surprised he's probably
yeah.
gonna do a video on it at some point, or he kind of addressed it, but
Yeah.
unbelievably clownish of Paul to do that.
Mhm.
So, I couldn't believe it. It's like and he doesn't delete the videos, so it's not like
No.
he's Meet Kevin. He's not deleting the evidence like Meet Kevin.
Yep.
I think he just doesn't care. He knows it doesn't matter or he's just too stupid to delete the videos,
Yeah.
but I think
Because
legitimately Paul walks down to his little studio. He films like 10 of these videos back to back, and then he walks back upstairs and he spouts a bunch of nonsense to his yes men his yes interns around him,
mhm.
and he doesn't pay attention to like things that happen. So, I don't know. His
Yeah.
yes people. He hired an analyst, which is hilarious, and then we
Yes.
found him on LinkedIn. It's like some 22-year-old bro out of college. Like, again, nobody has investment experience in his operation that I've ever found. Anybody like that employed by him, like nobody has ever worked on Wall Street, an investment bank, none of it. Like, it's just a bunch of normal dudes from Ohio, like talking about value investing. So,
I I would say it also shows because the bastard screwed up how to value a bond.
yeah.
Like his presentation on bond math was so god awful that if
Like
yields changes like the face value, I'm like, okay, bro,
the one
cool.
thing I was taught by one of my accounting professors, which could I don't know if you were told the same thing. He's like, you don't have to know every in and out. You don't have to know every rule and procedure of accounting, but you just have to know where to find it.
Mhm.
So like something like that, like Strongman literally can just pull that stuff out of his head. He is like he's a wizard with this stuff. Where
Yeah,
I have it saved, so it's tough for me on YouTube because like I can do it. I just have to like pause, read my stuff I have on my computer. I can do it. I can't like Strongman can do a DCF in 10 minutes. It took me like took me an hour and a half or 2 hours. Like I
Mhm.
just need more time.
Yeah.
So, but at least I get to the right answer. I'm like, Paul. But like, oh my God. I can
Yeah.
recognize when it's not right though. It just
Oh, yeah.
takes me a little bit of time to then do it,
Yeah.
figure it out. But my God.
Yeah.
Okay. I will announce I've never said these are my long term.
Mhm.
It's more than 16. So some of
Take
them are on their
notes.
way out though.
Mhm.
Okay. Carrier,
Yes.
Caterpillar, John Deere, Abbott Laboratories, Grumman, Eastman Chemical Company, ADP, Republic Services, Agco, McDonald's, Pepsi, Home Depot, Simpson Manufacturing, which crushes me inside that I never bought more of it. Lowe's is on its way out, I think.
Yeah.
Texas Instrument, Waste Management's probably on its way out. Tran, Lockheed Martin, Analog Devices, KLA. I wish I bought more of that. I did do it. Tractor Supply, and I think Merck is going to be on its way out too. So
Yeah.
there you go.
That's a nice healthy variety of different like industries and sectors being touched. I will say that much for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut. I think I'm gonna cut at least 4. So some of them are pretty small, insignificant positions. So I
Mhm.
don't. It's not even worth like Merck. It's not even worth it anymore. Waste. I think Republic Services is a better operator. So I'm
Ah,
probably just gonna literally take Waste Management and put it into Republic Services. So and then Lowe's, I'm like, do I really want Home Depot, Lowe's, and Tractor Supply? So I was like, one's got to go. I think so.
nah.
I think I'm gonna
Yeah.
execute Lowe's. But British Tobacco is gone. I got rid
Yeah.
of it. I got rid of it. I'm done with tobacco companies. I carried those. I had Altria for like a decade. Then I bought Philip Morris for like 4 or 5 years. Then I did British Tobacco for the last 2, 3. I'm gonna say I don't give a shit anymore. Fucking
Yeah.
tobacco companies.
Yeah. It's.
Oh, I
Mhm.
forgot one. EOG. EOG
Oh.
there. I had ConocoPhillips, but it's down to such a small amount. It's not even worth talking about. But yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might probably just I buy one share of DLN every week. So which I saw Gump is buying it too, I guess. But
Oh.
so that's my benchmark. If I have extra cash, I'll think about individual stocks. But
Yeah. I
so
think
the
it's
way it
funny.
works, people like
Yeah.
you get your dividends that come in, and
Mhm.
then you put like $100, $150 a week, and then you buy stuff. And there you go. Do that for like 20, 30 years, and you'll probably be a millionaire. So, and don't panic, sell shit, and stay away from bankrupt tattoo chef companies. It's too easy. But
Yeah.
oh, anyways, Paul watched a few videos on Excel, and he thinks he's a wizard for real. I don't even. He probably hasn't. I don't know if he's ever touched like an actual worksheet. He's probably looked at people doing it.
Probably is my guess if I had to
I
guess.
envision he just sits in his office and just talks all day. He never
Yeah.
shuts up,
Yeah.
and people just have to come in and see him and then get the hell away from him because he won't stop like bugging you. But oh my god, but it was glorious though, honestly, because I'm like I could do the math, but I'm like Jesse's better at this stuff, that stuff, and he had
Mhm.
like I knew he had like the software to show like how under the water
Yeah.
Paul was. I mean, I didn't do the actual math. I could have. I didn't really want to honestly. I knew he
Yeah.
was. I knew when he said couple million, I'm like, okay, we could figure this out now, pretty much. But
Mhm.
yeah, so because he's if he had bought puts, he would probably have been 50% down by now. I think when I did the puts, but since he bought calls, he's down 5x probably. So like, wow, wow.
I just love that he did that and the way he did that. Like whatever gains that he wants to show up on a computer screen are just not enough. Otherwise, would you get margin called? Like
I can't believe it. The
yeah.
other thing that's hilarious to me, like the Tesla people. I don't know if I'm
Oh.
gonna do a video yet. I'm gonna
Mhm.
wait until Tesla's a penny stock. I'm gonna wait. But the Tesla people have already started buying Coney. So it's hilarious because I saw it coming when I did my 4-part series. I
Yep.
knew they would do this. They're I've tried to say to them, they're like, I'm up, I'm up. I'm like, you guys don't understand. You are not dividend investors. You are being speculative swing traders and you're underperforming the asset still. Like you're paying 1% management fee to yield max to underperform the benchmark asset because you're swing trading. So it's like, okay, you want to be a swing trader, go for it.
Yeah.
But why Tesla went up like 120, Coney went up like 40%, or
Mhm.
Tesla went up 40%. Okay, well, if you're day trading, you failed. Coinbase went up double what Coney went up. You're
Yeah.
failing as a day trader. Like at least like freaking do what you are. Like be the true day trader degenerate you are. But they want to pretend they're like dividend income people. But it's like you why'd you sell Tesla? If it was
Yeah.
such an amazing income product, why did
Yeah.
you sell it? And they're like, well, they say a bunch of bullshit like, well, Coney's going up. It's like, but you kept saying it was an income investment, meaning you
Yeah.
would buy it like a fucking stock, hold it forever, and take
Mhm.
the dividends as the company grows.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not an income investment because as soon as you stop reinvesting the dividend or the income, it dries up.
No, I agree. I agree. That's so dumb though also because like if you wanted like be both, like you could have like one port do this and like another account do the things that you want to like embrace as far as running after those sweet gains that you see.
I think they're lying to themselves. They
Yeah,
think that
I
they're
think so
being
too.
more I think they think that they're more responsibly doing this
Hmm.
shit
Yeah.
because it's an income fund. They
Yep.
think that they're better off than just buying the stock, or for some reason it works in their brain.
Hmm.
But in the end, they're failing even worse. You took all the risk and you don't even have the freaking all the gold at the end if you're right.
Yeah.
Whereas if you bought the individual stock, all the gains are yours,
Yep.
not a
I
part
agree.
of it.
I agree.
So unbelievably. But you watch crypto. Crypto will be the story of the crypto is going to be the story the first half of next year.
Hmm.
And housing maybe also. So and then it'll be the waiting game to see if the next meeting or two the Fed actually do drop rates or if they just hold. Because I was looking at the metrics that they look at.
Yeah.
I don't see why they need to drop rates, honestly. I could
Neither
just see
do
them
I.
holding rates to where they are. I don't
Yeah.
see any reason why they have to drop rates because unemployment's not bad.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know, like the core inflation,
Yeah.
we're down to like the threes. So
Yep.
that's going right. Employment's good.
Hmm.
Um, the banks seem to be doing all right at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them are holding huge losses. It seems to have not imploded.
Yes.
Um, yeah. What is or was it Bank of America or Wells Fargo?
That had what happened?
Fargo holding losses.
Oh, okay.
I have it somewhere else. Let's see. Is it this? This is someone tweeting.
Oh,
No, that's not it. It was Wells Fargo or it was Bank of America is holding like $150 billion in credit losses on the treasuries they bought during COVID
mhm,
because they were buying treasuries that were like paying 0.7 yield.
yeah,
So now those things have, the present value of those with interest rates, 5% or whatever. So, yeah, they're so far that's not imploded a system. So
mhm. No,
they
no,
just couldn't do anything they can't sell them. That's this huge amount of their assets they're just stuck with for years. So, but Jamie Dimon didn't do those games. So,
yeah, oh, yeah. No, it's uh, it's fun, and I agree because the Fed's dual mandate has been inflation, like maintain the inflation target, or go towards that inflation target of roughly 2-ish%, generally speaking, and unemployment. Now,
mhm.
granted, like those two odds may or two goals may come into like conflict with one another, but like I don't see necessarily the reason for them to move interest rates one way or the other,
No,
or
I don't
try
know.
to move and influence interest rates rather. But
'Cause if you look core
yeah,
inflation,
Yeah, because last I heard was about 3% ish, give or take.
Is that the one they use?
'Cause
I think it's this one. So if we go, I mean, we're on a good, yeah. I
yeah,
mean,
I mean the trajectory's good.
the
Trajectory's good.
trajectory is looking great.
Yeah,
There's no reason they can't just hold rates where they are for next two
yeah,
or three meetings.
yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see when they do.
Hmm.
It'll be probably just a 20. It'll just be dipping their toes in at 25 basis points, I would
Yeah,
guess, because that's how they started the raises. They did the first one was 25, and then they're like, "Woo!" So, but I mean, we're trending good. Unemployment. I can actually pull this up at work when I'm
yeah.
at work, but it's actually really good. The unemployment rate in New York, so good. You'd be jelly. It's under 3%.
Yeah.
They can't find people. It's
Yep.
crazy. Yeah,
Yep.
3.7. So,
Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely shows also with the labor news that we've covered all throughout the year, as far as like unions. Like you
yeah.
just had to be competent and unified enough of a union, and you got things done. You got things taken care of.
Unions will come back with a vengeance with the advent of AI and robotics. This
I
is just the beginning.
Yeah.
The union rise from the ashes is coming, and you've seen because people
Hmm.
like saw, oh my god, UPS drivers make $170,000 a year, right? How many times did you see that splashed in? Like I can pull it up right now.
Yeah.
It was a huge on social media. It was 100, yeah.
Yep.
It was all over the internet, like this story. And this was the start of the union contracts because UPS
Yes.
first, then we came with like the manufacturers,
Hmm.
um, then it was the Writers
Railroads.
Guild, and all the other ones came after this story. But
Yep.
like you're worth this much money, people. Like
You have the
unemployment's
leverage.
really low. The birth rates are going down in America. If you're like if you're like a 20 to 40-year-old working person with no health issues, you're valuable. You are a valuable commodity in this economy, and
Yep.
you deserve to be paid a lot of fucking money. Like, so good for them. Like,
Oh, I agree. I agree. Like not only that though, but like the stories and details of what the Teamsters like had to deal with before the deal got agreed to this year. Like that was miserable. Like I'm pretty sure you've been in a vehicle like in the middle of a desert or like in the middle of winter without running heat or AC. Like I've done it. It's not fun. Not great.
Cal makes a good point.
Yeah.
They're going to squeeze jobs because
Hmm.
yes, they're costing more money. So the union contracts are more expensive,
Yeah.
but it's not union jobs. They're going to start crushing all the white collar jobs, which it's already happened. You can
Yeah.
go look at like what Ford and GM are doing.
Hmm.
They're whacking all mid-level, mid-tier management. They are just laying them off, and they're offering retirement incentives. They're doing
Hmm.
everything they can to get rid of these people.
Yeah.
So that's honestly where the bleeds. Artificial intelligence is going to cut middle management, white collar mid management jobs. A lot of those, I think, are at risk. So like the future, man, you better have a profession, right? Not being some, MBA mid-level guy at a company. No, you need to be like a plumber, electrician, HVAC tech, an accountant, a lawyer. You need to have a profession.
Yeah.
Um, that's how you protect yourself from this. Like those are the jobs. A UPS driver, something like that in a union. But like my kids are gonna have to think more tactically about their career, probably
Oh,
than I
for
ever
sure.
did.
For sure.
So I was like 30.
Yeah.
But you still just got to make sure you pick the right path. It's not like you're not screwed.
Hmm.
Like I keep telling people, I'm like the U.S. economy is better because certain like some companies go away. Retailers like
Hmm.
Kmart and Sears are
Yeah.
disappearing, and that's
Yeah.
good for us because those jobs sucked, and those people have now moved up to better jobs. And I
Yeah.
could see the statistics at work. They go to
Yeah.
better paying jobs, like at warehouses, are
Yep.
better paying jobs. They obviously there's risks there, being like
Mhm.
health risks.
Yeah,
They are more dangerous, but
yeah.
or they go back for training.
Mhm.
And they do go back for training. People do go, and that's what part of what my job is. Like
Yeah.
we retrain adults.
Yep.
They're called dislocated workers or displaced homemakers. That the government helps train them,
Yep.
and there's lots of money for it. And it's not even that expensive
Oh,
of
yeah.
a
Yeah.
program. You would be surprised how the whole workforce training program of the United States is shockingly cheap compared to stuff like Defense Department and Social Security. It's shockingly cheap. It's like less than $10 billion. So less than one aircraft carrier
Yes.
funds like all the job training in America. Basically, it's wild. So
Oh, yeah. No, it's and, speaking out of ignorance, because I've never really interacted with a company like that, but, like, a company like Costco is beloved by customers, and it seems like employees too, but it also seems like, they're a company that has that moniker of quality, looks expensive, but quality.
yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna short Costco anytime soon.
And AI, like AI is just gonna make I've it's just gonna make you more efficient.
Yeah.
People need to stop looking at it as replacing you. Yeah,
Mhm.
it could replace like data entry people, just stuff like that. Which honestly, those people could do better things with their career
Yeah,
than
yeah.
those jobs. It's
Makes
not
sense.
replacing like professionals, people with certificates and you know apprenticeship and vocational training. It's not replacing professional skilled workers.
Yeah.
It will make you more efficient in those tasks. So I could see it
Mhm.
making me more efficient
Oh, yeah. No,
in
for
my
sure.
auditing. Like I
Certainly.
can see the potential for helping me accumulate data
Yeah.
faster. Just like in the old days, maybe you needed to call them and have them send you stuff in the mail. And then the internet came. Now you could just look it up on their website. I used to have to get um they have single audits. Organizations in America have single audits. I don't know if you've had that class yet.
No,
Like
I don't have not yet. Not yet.
governmental accounting.
Not
You
yet.
haven't done
Yeah.
it?
Not yet.
Okay.
But
Like anything that anybody bigger than 750,000 a year in federal grants gets some called single audit.
mhm.
And in the past they'd have to mail me a paper one. But now there's a website. I just go log in and download it. And who knows, in the future, I could write an AI algorithm to send it to me on the day I want every year.
Yeah.
And then I could program it to read the audit and tell me if there's any findings that I need to look at.
Yeah.
Again, it's not replacing me, it's just
No.
helping me be more efficient.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I mean,
Because
if you're not in a professional job, I mean, yeah, maybe. Like
mhm.
accounting clerks, I would be a little worried these days. Accounting clerks, do accountants need a clerk?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I can kind of do stuff myself. I don't need a secretary per se.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's and I think therein is the thing where you preempted people that might say, "Well, you said accountants, but AI is going to take away the bookkeeping job." But
yeah,
like
when those
auditing,
people are online and they're like, they go to accounting Reddit and they're like,
yeah,
"You guys are losing your jobs," and we're like, "Are you an accountant?" And they're always no, so they don't know what you're talking about.
yeah,
Then they start saying, "Well, AI is going to do tax returns." It's like accountants don't do tax returns, buddy. Okay,
yeah,
individual tax returns are not done by CPAs. Like Chris can do, Chris can do your fucking return. You don't,
yes,
he doesn't need to. It's
but
not a CPA does corporations,
yeah,
right?
yep,
Like partnerships, stuff like
hmm
that. They have to sign off on single audits and 10Ks. They don't
yes,
do individual tax returns. You can have anybody at HR and Block
yes,
file your taxes for you
yep,
individually. So
yep,
those aren't accounting jobs. Like
no,
they always say that one first. And it's like, you don't know
yeah,
what you're talking about.
yeah, because like and for example, auditing, like AI, as great as it can be, like you need a physical body, or rather
Yes.
realistically a team of bodies to go on site to
Accountants provide, or auditors, I should say,
yeah,
auditors
yep,
provide assurances, which is
hmm
exactly what it sounds like. You were
yes,
looking at the books of a company and saying these books are in good standing,
hmm
right? That's not being replaced by a fucking computer. Like, let's be real, people. People are not making investing decisions based on a computer saying providing assurances that the financials of a company are okay. There will be people involved. Now,
yeah,
the AI can help the auditors do their job
for
more
sure. Yeah,
efficiently.
yeah.
It's not
Oh,
like we're
certainly.
denying
Yeah,
that it won't. It's not.
yeah.
It's not going to exist. It will
Mhm.
exist. It's just
Yeah.
not what these people online are saying.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to trust a computer to tell me that like the books of some. If I'm like Berkshire, I'm not going to take. Oh. The AI algorithm said that their accounting is fine without like a
Yeah.
accounting company doing the books and looking at it. Oh my god.
Physically showing up, like taking a look also at like systems and controls also, like not even debits and credits. We're stepping aside from that for a little bit. Like
And like, how does the computer decide sampling?
yeah.
Sampling is
Yep.
sampling techniques are done by people.
Mhm.
There's different ways to sample. You've done that probably intermediate accounting or
Not
auditing
yet.
maybe.
Not yet. Not yet. But
Auditing
we
will
had it
teach
in
you
covered.
sampling.
Yeah. Yep.
There's like 5 ways to sample: haphazard,
Mhm.
statistical, there's like there's different ways. It depends on how much the dollar amounts, how many items you need to look at.
Yeah.
Um, random sample, like random, you just pull numbers out of a
Yeah.
random generator. That's a way to
Yeah.
do it. So stuff like that. But like, people are making decisions on that. You're not having a robot do that.
No.
So
No. 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 That it's a team of professionals. Like let's just be honest. Let's just be realistic with it. It requires a team of
yeah.
professionals to
But then
be.
they get confused. They're thinking of like the
Yeah.
help,
Yep.
not the auditors and accountants. They're thinking of the
Yep.
help
Mhm.
that lose their jobs potentially. I'm like, well, those aren't the professionals. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Walmart. They're fighting unionization tooth and nail. I'm
They are. They
surprised it
have been.
hasn't hit them yet. I think
Yep.
no, I should say, I think if I remember, the truck drivers are in the Teamsters, I think, for Walmart,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
but not the people in the stores. So I
Mm,
think the warehouse logistics part of Walmart is
mhm.
unionized. I could be
Yeah.
wrong though. I don't know for sure. But yeah,
Yeah.
but
Good
unions
old
are going to
days.
come back. Like my cousin or my brother-in-law works for a town. They're not union represented town workers, which is kind of they don't want to unionize, which is
Mhm.
weird. They keep losing all their new people because they go to the utility company that is dying for new hires.
Yeah.
So and they're unionized. So I mean, really, that's a sweet job, man. You get in with the electrical company like as a
Yep.
linesman, or you go repair the transformers and stations and stuff. My friend's in there. His benefit package, oh my god, amazing! Like, he makes almost 100,000 a year. I think he gets 8% match on his 401k. Plus, he gets a pension. His
Ooh.
health care is amazing,
Ooh.
and he gets like 2 months of vacation a year. Like,
Very
dude,
nice.
he fucking he drives a beautiful Audi. He goes to Disney every year. Like, fucking great job. Like, and I think you just need like a 2-year you need a certificate program to do that. He went back for that. So, but yeah,
Yeah. The trades and the unions, they are a coming.
resolutions. Ooh.
Mm.
So, well, basically, I already did my fitness video. My goal, I lost 30 pounds this year. I want to lose 30 more pounds, and I want to run a 10K for Thanksgiving. I don't have any goals for weightlifting.
Yeah.
I didn't really talk about my like. I'm not doing powerlifting, strongman stuff ever. I'm done with that stuff. It's
Mhm.
it's about just health and wellness at this point
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
I'm not deadlifting 500 pounds anymore. Um, so just taking care. But I mean, I see some of these finance YouTubers, and they look like hot garbage. And then they have like 2 million, $3 million. I'm like, you're never going to be able to enjoy that money. You look like shit. Like, and it catches up to you real fast at my age.
Yeah.
You think you're invincible at like 30 or 20, 30. Wait till you get to 40, things hurt. Things pop. Like, it sucks. But
Yeah. I
and
think
then
I
you
think
want to
that's
go you want to go with your kids to like Disney.
yeah.
Okay, you're gonna walk 30,000 steps a day at Disney. Like, do you really want to be the dad that can't do that? You're taking away from your kids that the kids want to run around and you can't keep up. It's like,
Yeah.
um, that's what makes me sad. Those I see some post I saw on Reddit where it's like this woman's like dreading going to Disney because she heard you have to walk 7,000 steps a day, so she doesn't think she can do it for her kids. I'm like, I walk like 5,000-6,000 every day. Like, I make sure I have a pedometer on here. Oh my god. But
Oof, oof.
crazy.
That is rough. Um, uh, New Year's resolutions.
You're doing a great job also. Oh my god. Do you really want to work for him, Gil? I
I
mean,
I think he was joking.
I'm sure he pays pretty well. I don't know for California,
Uh,
but I couldn't
I'm
imagine
sure. Yeah,
I couldn't work for a guy like that.
yeah. Like I not to put Gil on blast, like because I don't know Gil like that, but I'm pretty sure Gil's doing like at least reasonably all right for himself.
Yeah,
Um,
Gil's doing all right.
yeah, yeah,
I am 40, so
yeah. And I am not 40.
40's great though.
Yeah.
Still,
No,
I
I'll
still
be
feel
I'll be getting there. Yeah, yeah.
I don't have debt. Go on vacations. Great. Yeah.
Yep.
Not gonna lie, strongman is the hottest fight. Oh god. 2 years ago, strongman was lean. Did you see? Oh yeah, the thumbnail I used was from like a 2-year-old pic.
No. Huh. Huh.
I tell you, the biggest thing I learned when I actually, because I this was the first year I've honestly been really successful losing weight.
Hmm.
Like the last 5 years, it's been like 10 pound yo-yo.
Yeah.
It sucked. But it's just getting used to eating so much less food than you're used to. Your brain is telling you that you need to eat more food than you actually need, is what
Hmm.
I discovered.
Yeah.
Like when I actually stuck to counting with a macro tracker, there's just such a huge amount of time you're just not eating. Like even 2,000 calories or 1,900 calories a day, there's like 5 6 hour periods of time you just have no food because you can't, otherwise you'll go over your macros. So you have it was so hard to get used to doing that, which was good that I had a coach to help me at first because I could actually text him and he could respond. I don't really need that anymore, I don't think, but
Hmm.
um just get the shock. I can't even explain to people like you're before you start cutting weight, you probably eat breakfast and then a snack, then lunch, and then a snack, dinner, and then probably 2 snacks after. You're eating every like hour or 2. But when you commit to weight loss, it's like, okay, like a lot of that has to go away. Like, because you're gonna overeat.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're like, man, what am I gonna do with these hours? I'm not eating anything. you have to like you have to figure out how to deal with it. Um, so like drinks like diet sodas, fancy coffees without lots of cream in it. Flick Crystal Light, whatever you got to fucking do at that point. Like chewing, I can't do the gum chewing because that makes me hungry.
No.
Gum chewing is not, I can't because
Yeah.
just it makes me hungrier actually to chew gum. Some people I know it works great for those periods where they can't eat, but that's the other. I've done that in the past. It didn't work very well for me.
Mm.
Made me even more ravenously hungry. I do occasionally do the where I just skip breakfast. I don't even want to call it fasting. It's just like
Yeah.
16/8, basically skip breakfast. Like every like 1 or 2 days a week, I might do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't eat like till a protein shake at like 11. So I technically don't even eat breakfast, but
Yeah.
so it's fine. But then if I don't eat breakfast, I'll do like branched. I have BCAAs, which I know are garbage, but I'll drink a BCAA drink and then
Hmm.
I'll have a coffee, and then I'll have like a giant bottle of water, and then I'm good till like 2 o'clock if I'm gonna do it. But I wouldn't do that every day. No.
Nah. Way
Keto.
to.
Oh my god. Keto works the best for me to lose weight. I did Atkins, not keto, I should say.
Oh.
I did hardcore Atkins.
Yeah.
I read the book in college when it became a big thing in the early 2000s,
Yep.
and I'm like, "Oh, I'm in. This is fucking awesome. I can eat bacon all day." So I did hardcore Atkins was 20 grams of carbs or less a day. Or I should say there was a 50 grams or less, and some people considered it 20 grams of carbs or less a day. So I was doing the 20 grams of carbs a day. It was like literally a granola bar and a piece of toast was it. And I lost like 50 pounds. It was crazy the weight loss. But then I felt like garbage the whole time I was doing it. I don't know how like imagine eating Chinese food and at the end you're not hungry but you're not full. It's like that weird in between feeling. That's
Yeah.
what I felt like all the time when I was doing, Atkins. I did not feel good. So the keto flu or the ketosis flu did not go away. So I felt terrible. My physical fitness scores on my PT tests dropped they couldn't believe. So they were like excited because I'd lost all this weight, so I was under the weight limit finally.
Mhm.
They're like, yeah. And then all of a sudden, I'm barely passing PT tests.
Oof.
And they're like,
Oof.
"What the hell's going on?"
Yeah.
They thought I was getting healthier. And it's
Yeah.
like, I literally was losing weight and getting worse. Like, I didn't do it in a responsible way.
Yeah.
So, but then I did it more responsibly. And then I did fine. But anyways, I almost got 300 twice. I was so close.
Ah.
I missed the run by 5 seconds, but
Ooh.
I was
That was
close.
it?
I
Dang.
fucking did, like, when I was at the end of ROTC and, like, the first few years out of in the army, I could do, like, 80 to 100 push-ups on the 2 minutes.
Mhm.
And I'd do, like, 120 crunches in 2 minutes, and then I'd run, like, a 14-20.
I
So,
I need to
fucking beast
hassle
mode.
my,
I was beast mode back then.
I need to politely hassle my sister. I'll see her, like, for New Year's Eve because she's in the guard. I heard that the army was looking at changing the PT
Oh, they already
stuff,
did.
like, around COVID, and then, like, they either reverted or changed it again somehow or are
Yeah.
working on it. I don't know, like, that's where I don't know. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, and I'll be curious because I have no idea what the Air Force has been up to these days on it.
They switched it to, like, deadlifting and sprinting and all this other crazy shit, and I'm
Yeah,
like, "How are they doing that on reserve week?" That's the whole reserve weekend, it has to be,
yeah,
because they have to
pretty much
pull all
has
this equipment out
Yep,
of, like, some container. They have to have a Connex full of, like, deadlift bars and
yep,
fucking, sled pushes and all the crazy stuff they wanted them doing.
mhm.
It's like, "Oh my god." But I've been out since they did that, so I don't even
Yeah,
know.
same here.
Wait.
Yeah, it certainly has changed. I just don't know where it is right now, and I don't know where my, old branch is and all that.
Okay, here yeah. 3 rep
Yeah,
max deadlift,
alright.
standing power throw with, some sort of medicine ball, but,
Yeah,
it looks like.
yep.
Oh, this would suck for me
Oh,
so bad.
hand release push-ups?
The problem, I have really long arms,
Yeah,
so
yep,
to have to do hand release push-ups for someone with, like, I have 36-inch sleeve, like, I have this custom order shirts.
yeah,
I'd be so screwed on that because the way I was doing push-ups in the army, I was going, like,
mhm,
wider than you even think. I was like, my width was, like, all the way out, so I could go down,
yep,
and then I just watch my arm to see I hit the right angle for
yeah,
push-ups. But, I had to 'cause I can't do push-ups like this.
yeah.
It doesn't work.
No,
Um,
no,
it's
I've heard
short arm
really tall
people, it's
people,
better
yeah,
for.
yep.
Sprint drag. Oh, yeah, this is the drag thing.
Mhm.
Leg to oh, dude, oh, those suck. I remember doing those in CrossFit.
Oh,
The leg tuck. Oh, those suck. It's a great ab workout though, but it's hard. You hold the bar. So,
yeah,
like, you have to have good arm strength and abs. So it's like you hold the bar and then you have to raise your whole body up and your knees are supposed to touch the bar. Is not it's not easy. So,
and of
and they
course,
still make
standard
you do a 2-mile
yeah,
run at the end,
yep,
which is
yep.
kinda wild.
Good old
So,
2-minute run.
the
Start
problem
to
is
bell.
you're gonna do all these stations, and then
Yep,
by the time you get to the run, it's probably, like, after lunch,
yep.
and if you're down south, it's gonna be 90 degrees when you have to run. So they must have to start this at, like, 3 in the morning, I would imagine, to
It's
get done before it gets really hot.
it's gotta be miserable.
We used to start the PT test in Virginia at, like, 5 in the morning because you had to get the run done before the sun came up.
Ah,
Because it was humid as hell already, and as soon as the
yeah.
sun came up, man, it hit you, and you were dead, like, so, yeah, we had that one, like, 2-hour window before that, so,
Oh,
oof.
wait, I wanna say something to people who, do their own digging into the military and or maybe are in the military. I don't know if they have that walk test, but anecdotally from the Air Force perspective, don't do the walk test. If you can do the walk test, just run because the at least from the Air Force perspective, the walk version of the test is that you have to power walk, but power walk in such a way where one foot has to fully be touching the ground at all times. So, like, the way how it is you look goofy as hell, but like after like a handful of paces, like you just instantly get shin splints from everybody that I've heard that has ever done it. So yeah, walk tests don't just just run. If you got to run, just run.
What are 10-year treasuries right now?
That is a good question. The 10-year.
Oh my god.
No, what's up?
Fabio just
Wait, what happened?
no, no. It's a certain YouTuber. Speaking of fitness,
Oh,
he's fitting it in his mouth. Freaking fat boy. Oh my god. 10-year treasury, 3.8%.
yep.
Wow. It was 4.8. Yeah, look at it.
Mhm.
It
Yeah,
was almost 5.
yeah.
But I still don't own treasuries. I'm not going to. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I envision I'm gonna be probably totally equity, probably for another 5 years.
Mhm.
So then that puts me 10 years out from retirement. I don't know if I necessarily need investment income at 55. So maybe my goal is 62 for that stuff. But
Yeah.
I imagine 10 years out,
Yeah.
maybe then I start bringing in bonds or corporate bonds or something. I don't know.
And even then
I'm
though, like
staying
you,
yeah, next 5 years, I'm staying 100% equities.
yeah. Like
I
I'm
don't agree like, target date funds are fine for people. I don't
mhm.
agree with how much bond exposure they have. I think it's
Yeah.
too much too early, but I get what they're doing. It's not,
Yes.
like, wrong. Like, I get
Yeah.
what they're doing.
Yeah.
I just don't wanna do it.
Yeah.
But
I'd also say like um you also like are pretty darn good at evaluating or like reviewing funds and like not getting your face ripped off. So I'm very confident that like a money market, like a respectable good one, like when the time is right, probably will also do just the same thing. So I'm
a lot of it
pretty
was coincidence, honestly, picking
yeah.
the Schwab funds, but, this is all me. I mean, I was looking for something for my personal funds, and I like it, so
Yeah.
plays monthly, which is nice, but if you're gonna buy it for income, but, I mean, it's you think, "Oh, you can pick a more advanced fund with these complicated methodologies." Like, "Nah, I'm just gonna pick the biggest 300 companies that pay dividends in America." That's it. So this is indexing dividends, like,
Yeah.
I mean and I covered this with SCHD. I
Hmm.
waited specifically till I was bigger channel. I wanted to
Yeah.
wait. Maybe I'd get
Yep.
more eyeballs. But I'm like, I don't think this should be a core holding. I said
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
It's too small. It has
Yep.
too high a turnover.
Hmm.
So everyone last year was excited about SCHD. I've been in it for more years than that. And they all just piled into it when it was moving. It did well last year, no doubt. But it's like they didn't understand what they were buying and they wanted to just part of the cool crowd, I guess. But they made it like some people made this 100% of their portfolio, like hundreds of like Ryan's live stream on Friday. There were people saying because it came up how many shares of SCHD do you have, and people were commenting like 1,000, two
Hmm.
thousand,
Yeah.
6,000 shares. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, this is not. I don't think this is a core holding. Like, its turnover rate is going to be high this year. It's
Yeah.
it's its
Oh yeah.
average is like 20-25.
Hmm.
They might have 40% turnover this year with all the freaking banks in there because they've got like exposure to a bunch of regional banks that did shit. You can go look
Yeah.
at the bottom of their holdings.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have a huge turnover. So it doesn't meet that criteria, and it's not broadly diversified, and it's not a core hold. It's like it's not speculative. It's a satellite holding, really.
Yeah.
Um, like if you bought VU and then you added this, you're just slightly tweaking your exposure to more dividend focus. Not by a lot.
Hmm.
But anyways, but this could do really well this year. I could see certain situations where this does amazing.
Yeah.
So, just like anything else, it's gonna
Hmm.
have a time to shine. It's gonna have a time not to shine. So, I will be so interested to see how this does this year.
Ah.
This one I'm not gonna review it. I might do a video on it because it
Yeah.
is interesting. I talked to that Andrew guy I talked to.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I might have him on again to talk about this fund because he's more knowledgeable about it than I am.
Hmm.
It's really interesting because it has a high yield, yes, but it doesn't have individual stock risk exposure.
Mhm.
So a lot of the risks with these high yield funds, this doesn't have them as apparent. It has its own flaws following the VIX, but it's interesting. Oh, actually, he just update his article? Oh, here he is. So he's very on this. Like he's been buying in and out. He's not a long term guy. So
Yeah, no.
he's
Yeah.
not even close to long term investor. But this is an interesting. I don't know what I would do with it yet,
Mhm.
but I might do maybe I'll have him on again for that as a topic. But it's
I
done well
don't see
this year
why not.
because the VIX has this is betting on the VIX. So as the
Yeah.
VIX goes down, this does well
Yeah.
because it's betting against the VIX.
Mhm.
So this is like for people like these covered call ETFs, this is as good as it gets. Like this is your dream. You get 4% appreciation and then you're getting a 16% yield. Like if you're expecting 16% appreciation and that type of yield, good fucking
Geez.
luck. Good
Yeah.
luck to you because you're
Yeah,
not
good
finding it.
luck. That's
Go find a unicorn while you're at it.
yeah.
Tell me how that unicorn is. So,
No,
but this is
that'd
as good
be
as it gets for like SVOL.
yeah,
So I'm kind of curious to watch it next year.
yeah.
Um,
It will be interesting because volatility has a tendency to like either mean revert or cluster.
like look at this
So
shit. Look at the
yeah,
VIX. Is
yep,
this the wait? Is this? I don't think
yeah.
this is the
No,
S
I
and
think
P
that's
VIX.
yeah. I think so. I think that's the
Like
S&P
how
VIX.
wild is that?
Yeah.
And there were a lot of analysts that I read for the review this year that said
Oh yeah.
volatility would increase this year.
Yep.
So I don't know if they were talking about implied volatility. Maybe they were talking about I don't know. They just said volatility.
Yeah.
But this is pretty crazy. This has to reverse at some point. Just like housing. But
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Freaking wild year this is.
It's funny though because like at least like occasionally I will glance around at like the volatility like focus parts of finance Twitter and or X. And yeah, like for a while there, about like a month or a month and a half ago or so, people were saying, "Oh, volatility is going to skyrocket," and they got clowned on because it just didn't
He's
really
on
work
this
like
issue
that.
like I was. It's gonna
Yeah.
underperform because this year has been perfect for it.
Hmm.
And this is not gonna repeat again.
Yeah.
So um
Yeah. I don't
yeah.
have anything profound really to say on VIX or the volatility, but just in general, like those are the two things that people have seemed to have noticed, and that's just made me
Look at earlier this year, buy, 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 and then all of a
bye
sudden
bye bye.
sell, hold, 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 hold.
Hold.
Wait, we got it. I love this function.
Yep.
You can
Bye.
see when people do ratings,
Yep.
you see what their the stock price next to their articles.
Yep.
Freaking, I love it.
Hmm.
It's like this
I
guy.
wonder. I wonder what Capitalist Manifesto had to say.
Oh, I found one once. It was hilarious. Like he was saying it's a buy the whole time. Some stock, it was just dropping, and the whole time it was dropping. Actually, you know what? It might have been Pfizer. Um,
For those that don't know, Capitalist Manifesto may be a certain Paul Gabriel.
Oh, look at this guy.
Yep.
The one of Mitt's guys. Oh,
Bye.
Pfizer. Look at that. Down 25% since he said it was a buy on this one. He still says it's a buy. Oh God. Why? Why? But they don't like they Pfizer does nothing for shareholders. Nothing. Like I don't understand why you'd buy this thing. You might get some short-term gains, I guess. This company doesn't give a shit about you. They do nothing for investors. Like just pathetic dividend increases and then no share buybacks ever. Like nothing for investors. Oh God. They just throw money at every type of investment under the sun. Half of them probably don't work out. But I want someone with like a really juicy article history. Oh no.
Nope.
Yeah. It's a great feature though. But
Oh yeah. Yeah. If I ever did any writing for Seeking Alpha, I would be so wrong. And I think what I'd default to is just like hold. It's just everything's gonna be hold.
the VUG, the Vanguard equivalent of SCHD. Are you thinking? Are you thinking of VIG? Oh, I've never heard of this one.
I haven't either.
Vanguard. Oh, I thought you were saying SCHG. Okay. Or D. I got it. I got you. Vanguard Growth Index ETF.
Yeah, because I thought I heard of VUG, but
So how many holdings do they have? Okay, that's we're on the right track there. How easy is their website to look at stuff?
yeah.
I don't do Vanguard stuff usually. Where's the prospectus?
There we go.
Summary prospectus. Oh, it didn't pop up on that screen. Wait a minute. All right.
Yeah, probably was a pop-up PDF or pop
Yeah,
out.
it's a pop-up PDF. Investment strategy. Index investing approach designed to track performance of the CRSP US Large Growth Index. Okay. What is it verified? All right, let me look at this index. First thing is always go look at the index first, because that's more important than the actual prospectus. Okay.
Hey, look at that, everybody. We're getting unexpected value from the chat. I'm joking, chat. You are valuable. Be sure to like.
I've never heard of I've heard of VIG. I've never heard of VUG. VUG. Oh my god. Okay. This is a pain in the ass to do. Like Dow Jones, I did SCHG.
Oh
the
yeah.
index is wrong.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yep.
They put the wrong freaking methodology on the page. And I did my whole video. And then it hit me. I'm like, wait, why am I looking at the global methodology? And then it clicked, and then I look back. I'm like, oh shit, this is not right. Like, I'm like, this is not the right one. Do they have anything here? Is there anything here to tell you what this is?
Shoot.
No methodologies.
Not seeing it.
I don't see anything. Quarter constituents. I mean, that's not that helpful.
No.
That just tells you, it doesn't tell you how they're picking these. Daily index, linked asset. I don't need that.
I don't think so.
No methodology.
Yeah, that is weird.
Well, what the hell?
There we go.
Maybe.
Fingers crossed.
CRISPR. Wait, what was it? Large cap growth?
I think so.
33. I think that's it.
Yeah.
I would assume this is a CRISPR, US value, and growth index. That's similar. Okay. So that's similar to, we're on the right track here.
Yep.
All right. Value factors used, multi-factor model, price, book to price ratio. What? Companies.
Wait, what? Yeah.
Okay. So this is actually, it looks like, because SCHD and G, or no, SCHG, sorry, not D. Yeah, it comes from the Dow Jones 750, and then they split it between value and growth. And then I buy the growth side of it. Plays a multi-factor. Uses 5 value and 6 growth factors. Use it for, I think, yeah, it sounds pretty similar. So they're identifying value or growth. Future earnings to price ratio. Okay. But how many years forward are they looking? Because that's important.
Yeah.
If it's 1 year, I don't like that. It should be multiple years looking forward. You want to avoid pelotons.
Yeah.
Historical earnings. Okay, I don't want historical. Dividend to price ratio. Sales to what is this? Okay, here we go. Growth factors.
There we go.
Future long-term growth. Future short-term growth. Okay, it's interesting. They break it into two. SCHG has one growth. It's 3 to 5 years.
Yep.
Obviously, not every company does 5 years. So some do 2. Not every company does any sort of projections. They can do none.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
they
because
look
it's
at
all
multiple
forward.
different. So this one breaks it into long. That's different than the CHG. Have two different metrics. Short term must be like 12-month. 3 historical growth. Okay, that's not bad. 3 historical growth in sales per share. Current investments. It's more detailed. They have more factors related to growth projecting than a CHG. That's different. Um, hmm. It's more complicated. Is what I'm looking at. This is more complicated than SCHG. So, wow. They even have the scoring here. Creating style index. Okay. So they're doing the same thing. They're splitting an index into growth and value. And I'm assuming, looking at this quickly, I think they're doing the same thing. You're taking a large index, like 5, 7, 50, 1,000 shares. Humans are making decisions about value or growth.
Yep.
It's not, I don't care about they score it, the machine, it's passive. Like, no, people are making these decisions. Like,
Yeah, yeah. So,
interesting. How is it done? I wonder if we look. I mean, roughly looking at that, it's a more detailed looking uh, assessment of future growth.
mhm,
Does that matter? Has it mattered? I guess you could say, right?
mhm.
Let's see. But I like it's got 200 over 200 companies, which is there's not that many growth companies in America. You're
Yeah.
not going to get a growth fund with like 5, 600. You shouldn't.
Mhm.
Honestly, how many growth companies are in America? It's like
Yeah.
not as many as you think. So 300 is a broad index in the growth aspects. If people are comparing it to like something like S&P 500, I'm like, okay, total return. I mean, interesting.
Mhm.
It's trailed a little bit.
Yeah.
I wonder if it has weighting where it doesn't let them grow beyond a certain point in weightings. Maybe that's held it back. If a lot of these funds might have caps on the weightings of each individual holding, and specific tech companies have run so much that might be why it's slightly underperformed. So, because you see, QQQ is not an index, so it didn't have weightings, although it triggered weightings because of how crazy and balanced it got recently. But interesting. I mean, on the surface, it does look like SCHG. Um, it does actually. So what is it? What's it got? I mean, they all have. This is the same as
Yeah. Yep.
same.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, looks essentially the same on the top.
Yep.
SCHG's got more holdings though.
Yeah. Oh, and for shame on me, because back when we said like
Well,
S&P
it's not
top
a
10.
it's not large cap, which is maybe why it's not performed as well.
Yeah.
It doesn't say large cap; it just says growth
Yeah.
index. So there was no cutoff for market cap,
Mhm.
whereas SCHG has a market cap cutoff for
Yeah.
companies that it looks at. So which would make sense then, because mid cap and small caps have done poorly compared to large. So
Oh,
that's
for
why
sure.
it's.
Yeah.
But maybe you think those will do better.
Yeah. But yeah, shame on me though when we talked about S&P 10.
What
Amazon
was the
Amazon would
expense?
have to be up there.
Good expense ratio. I mean, I don't see anything. You'd have to look more at like. Yeah, I'd have to think. I can't think on my. I'd have to look at this more
Yeah.
and, and,
Yeah.
and
More
think
digging.
about this.
Yep.
Because this is more involved than what a CHG is doing.
Mhm.
This is way more involved.
So
Um, it's
not
interesting. Oh,
nec-
they do return on assets. Interesting. Whereas SHG does return on equity.
equity. Yeah, which
On the surface, I like that more. I like
yeah.
return on assets more than equity because return on equity doesn't factor like debt
Mhm. Yep.
and share issuance and that bullshit. So that's pretty good.
Yep.
3 year. I mean, if you're a Vanguard person, I wonder what. I've never heard of this indexer. CRISPR?
I haven't either.
Is
This is the first time.
Center for Research and this is. Oh, it's from Chicago. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bacon
Because
wants all the gains for himself.
only I'm not like crazily exposed.
Fabio's there. Two guys that know what I'm talking about. If you want to be rich, buy Piton Leaps. Oh,
Yeah,
good
Peloton.
God. Janitors in the house. You've been waiting for this your whole life, Bacon. What, Peloton?
No, to make a bad pun or a
Vug
bad
my
rhyme.
bug.
Yep.
Okay, did you know there is a ticker symbol Giglo?
Really?
Who do you think has this fund?
Uh,
It's a big company.
uh, I don't know. I don't know. Without no.
The JP Morgan
Really?
Global Select Equity ETF, Giglo. I just found this out like 2 days ago. Oh my God. I'm surprised people haven't piled in. Giglo people. Get on board. It's a weird fund. They selectively picked like 70 companies from around the world. That's their select. That's kind of an interesting thing. But
Someone in that ginormous bank, has a sense of humor, was able to get it past people.
it is funny though, because it's like companies they identify as select of quality, and it's like
Yeah.
Microsoft, Amazon, United Health, Coca-Cola, kind of a
Oh,
random to put in
yeah.
such a high value. Then
Gotta.
the usual players, Nvidia,
Yep.
Taiwan, MasterCard.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Like, really? Coca-Cola.
One of these things is not like the others.
Oh my God. Vong is similar to Russell Vong. Oh, I saw that one.
No.
All right, let me look. What is Vong?
If it was strong,
Oh, interesting.
Bong my bong
Yeah, Russell 1000. So, okay.
growth
It
index.
probably does something similar, except it's basket it picks from is probably the 1,000 stocks, maybe.
Yeah, from FTSE's methodology is my guess.
Wait, invest in stocks, Russell 1000 growth index, probably diverse. Okay. Just buy all of them, or is it pick from a portfolio? Where's the picks? God damn it.
Oh yes, Stadal. You would be correct. That one's also a strong contender.
So it picks like half of the Russell 1000. I'm not looking at this one too. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Aren't you?
Oh dear God.
Oh boy. Whoa.
Not saying that.
Long. Okay, speaking of ARK. Okay,
No,
this is what you're talking about.
good old ARK.
So Kathy Wood went crazy into Bitcoin last
Uh
week.
oh. Kiss of death coming.
She sold a crap load of companies and she went into Bitcoin. So yeah,
Oh.
this is a story. She bought 4.3 million shares of ProShares Bitcoin Strategy ETF. Yep. Okay. There was something else. She bought a crap load of something else. This offload. I'm gonna find it.
Was it a miner of some sort? A crypto miner?
This might have been just it actually. Bitcoin close. So she made a huge investment in new Coinbase and Bitcoin, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Or no, she sold. That's right. She sold Coinbase and bought like Bitcoin assets.
Hmm.
Crazy. So, like, not surprising from her.
No, this is what she does. And
Yeah.
if you're a crypto person who made a lot of money, congratulations. If I were holding Bitcoin, this would be
Wait,
this would
don't
be the
tell me
sign.
she bought Bitcoin in the Genomic Revolution Fund.
But what?
No way. Let's see. I think.
What?
Imagine if she did.
Oh my god, why? Like then what good is any of the names of these funds?
Why won't it open?
Hey, thanks, Kathy Wood.
All right. Holdings. No way.
Wait.
No, it must have been one of the other
Okay.
funds.
Okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say that would just not make sense.
You imagine she
Yeah.
dumps all her funds into Bitcoin. She's
Oh,
just like,
jeez.
F it. I'm Kathy
Yeah.
Wood. I don't care anymore. I don't care what the damn ticker symbol says. All Bitcoin.
Odds are, if you're really
Michael
riding with
Saylor ain't
Kathy,
got nothing on
yeah,
me. Kathy Wood.
if you're rolling with Kathy, you probably don't either. Let's be honest on that. Ah, yeah,
I
that's
mean,
just
I think, like I said before, like when the SEC approves Bitcoin ETFs,
mhm,
it's going to be the Wild West for at least some time.
mhm.
And like you're going to see all the option traders on YouTube are going to be like diving and the day traders
Yeah,
into options on freaking crypto ETFs. It's going to be madness. So we're going to see that this year, I'm pretty sure.
yeah. This just means housing prices will continue to rise.
Yeah.
I'm playing around. I'm not being dumb.
Chris is going to be back in his clown market victory lap again. He's going to
Oh
love
yeah,
it.
yeah.
He's constantly pulling all these people that are just like, we've seen a few in Discord already.
No, for
Some of
sure.
these people buying like Litecoin, grayscale Litecoin products and stuff because they went up like 100x
Yeah,
randomly.
yeah.
Oh, okay. You're probably going to be on the wrong end of that, not the right side. But like a few people will make a lot of money and post on Reddit. Most people are going to get their cheeks clapped, honestly. So,
Yeah, makes me wonder if NFT bus might have a recovery for those people because
oh,
oof,
but
oof.
she sold. See, this is what I worry about Coinbase because these ETFs
Mhm.
are going to absorb the fees that Coinbase is living on.
Yeah,
Coinbase lives on you trading at and
yeah,
they're collecting like 1-2% fees for you trading
mhm,
Bitcoin. Or I think they have a gold program where you pay a monthly fee to trade for free.
yeah,
So they're collecting a lot of money just for fees. The
yep.
ETFs would take that away.
Hmm.
So if you're doing option trading on a Bitcoin ETF, then you're not going to be buying Bitcoin to
No,
necessarily on Coinbase.
no,
So I don't
no.
know.
You just run to the tender loving arms of Citadel, basically.
I mean, this could be good. It's kind of funny. Like this could be bad for Coinbase and good for Robinhood.
Yeah.
Um, kind of makes no sense, but we're gonna see.
Just because I'm a glutton for punishment, I want to see what Coinbase's market cap is roughly.
Skip the steps. You need leverage with that puppy. Maximum leverage.
Well, thanks, Google. According to Google, we're at 41.6 bill.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So crypto shenanigan option trading ETF crap, housing market,
Yep.
Fed. When will they cut rates? This will be the first 6 months of the year.
Uh,
Uh, has growth gotten peaked and it's gonna double bottom or some bullshit go down? That's another thing
uh,
people are talking about.
yep. Yield curve
Oh
being
yeah, the
uninverted,
invert.
maybe. Yeah.
Wait, is it the reinversion of the yield curve or
Uh,
uninversion?
uninversion.
Uninversion.
Yeah, because we're
Uninversion.
inverted, and allegedly the literature says yield curve correct or uninverts. That's when things get scary. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not here to make those types of claims. Like, I'll joke about it. I have, but um,
I'm just annoyed my retail trade was right, but they front run me. Did I
yep,
show you? So
yep,
I talked about this how many times all summer?
yep.
I fucking was ready for it. And so the Fed, and when was the Fed meeting? Like December 12th or 13th?
Thereabouts. Yeah,
It was
yeah. It
about
was.
like that time.
Yep,
So here's the one I kept, the
mhm,
S&P retail ETF
yep,
XRT. Look at it. It was
yep,
already front running. So if I had waited and did my trade as soon as the Fed announced that they were pausing and they were
mhm.
projecting to go down, I think it was the 13th, I think you said. Look at that. There was nothing left. There was nothing there.
Yeah,
Like crazy. Like
yes,
would I have done it here? No. Like
yeah.
Because why would I have thought they were done with rate? Like,
yeah, which is
I don't know.
why Dex was definitely joking about him and myself.
So
Making
people
money in
took the
retail.
risk that people, risked in November that it was coming, right?
Yeah.
When I was
Yep.
waiting for news, affirmation of it happening. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
wild
Sometimes
market.
it happens. Yeah.
There's so much money out there. People are just willing to throw it at anything, I think. So
Yeah.
yeah, you can have a good idea and it's just you're not gonna
Mhm.
get it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can't even say I missed out. Like that trade wasn't there at the end of October, early November, unless I'm like,
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's
I mean,
it.
I could have made assumptions they were gonna pause it and start
Mhm.
going down, but
Yeah.
it wasn't that solid of a thesis to me.
No. No, I agree. Like, and it's part of like who we are as people. Like, if
But at this time, I was thinking of cybersecurity.
yep.
So
Yeah, and I
at
think.
this time, when this would have been the trade, I decided to do my cybersecurity at the same time because I did
Mhm.
it the first week in November. So I did this, yeah, November 8th was when I bought this fund.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I don't think you're
I didn't
crying.
miss out on shit. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna say it. I fucking did it. So I did just fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm okay.
I would also say that your cybersecurity idea, like the timeline of it, is such where like even if retail plays itself out completely, like I'm pretty sure you're not crying like over it completely.
See, now here's the problem though. I used up like 5 of my like 5K of my Roth, so I
Hmm.
have no more I took the rest and sprinkled it some other stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't have anything else to deploy.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna do this in my personal brokerage account. So
Yeah.
now is this here, I don't know when I'm gonna fill my Roth next year. It might not be at the beginning of the year. So I don't know.
Yeah. I,
There's I can't say I wish it. I mean, there was no more capital to deploy really. So it is what it is. Unless I sold stuff, but I wouldn't have
yeah.
sold things to make this move.
I don't think you needed to either. Like,
No,
yeah, it's fine. Like
I just like
the new year will.
acquiring.
Yeah. Yeah. New year
You
will
could
present new
buy
opportunities.
AOS. I I've owned AOS in the past. Wait, yeah, okay, we're talking about.
Yeah.
I've owned AOS in the past. Um, I got concerned because their dividend yield or the payout ratio was getting really suspect,
Mm.
and I didn't believe their thesis of their growth strategy in India. Uh,
Ooh.
they have a big. I think that's getting priced into this because you can look at the valuation.
Yeah.
It's expensive, and I think they have a lot of growth in India cooked in the books with this thing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not on board. So I'd rather do other things. So, but I sold like yeah, it was a while. It was a long time ago. I can't remember at this point. It was before COVID. Good company. I mean,
Hmm. Yeah.
feel like AI trend will die out.
Hmm. I it it's weird because like some people would say like short term maybe kind of a little exuberant, maybe a little hypish, but long term though, I don't know if it will necessarily die out. But
Well, the
then
thing
again
is,
though,
like, if you look
yeah,
at like Nvidia and AMD are real companies with
yeah,
real
for sure.
products
Yeah,
and real
yeah,
profits. So
yeah. Hmm.
to compare this to like the internet bubble,
Yeah,
like in
yeah.
2000, those were fake companies with no
Hmm.
profits that
Yes.
were just existing like on
Yeah.
stock-based comp. These
Yep.
weren't real companies, right?
Yeah.
They didn't make anything.
Hmm.
Like these are legitimate companies.
Yeah.
Like there are clownish companies out there, but they're the small players. But like
Yeah.
the big
Yep.
players are real, like Arista Network,
Oh, yeah.
Nvidia,
Yeah.
AMD. To like the clownish people saying that they're overvalued, I guess. I'm like, these companies provide products that like almost no one in the world can provide. And
Hmm.
start of this, um, I don't know. It's a weird place. It's different. It's not the same as the dot-com bubble. It's not.
Yeah.
But I have friends with huge investments AMD, and they're very excited. So,
Mhm.
and they're not selling. I mean, I have a friend with like 2,000 shares of AMD. Another has like 800, I think. Like they've been in it. I might bring him. One of them I might bring on. He's kind of nervous about it. So I don't know if he wants to, but he was
Yeah.
buying AMD when it was like $20. So
Just film footage of me and how bad I can be, and I'll set the bar like on the floor, and he'll be all right. I believe.
but it was like a Peter Lynch trade because he bought an AMD chip and he ran
Yep.
it through his computer and he could see the quality of the product, how much better it was than an Intel. We used to all have Intel. Now we all have AMD chips. So that should tell you something about the chip war. It's like my group of like 10 people, like all of us have AMD now.
Mm,
And we used to always be Intel people. So
yeah. Yeah. That the other part also is like Nvidia, even though it's viewed as expensive, the management team has been correct or close to correct enough about forward guidance in the past that, like, when they projected, like, really big spicy stuff over this year, like, it didn't necessarily mean that they were delusional or
I mean,
wrong.
there are fake AI companies
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't know, C3 AI.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
That
yeah,
one was a
there's
sentiment
clown
train.
shows out there.
Yeah.
Like there are clown shows, yeah,
Yep.
but I'm
Mhm.
not implying this is a bubble because this
Yeah.
company is like, what's its market cap? 3 billion.
Yeah.
This is just a pittance of what Nvidia is worth.
Hmm.
A real company that makes real money.
Yes. Oh
So,
yeah.
like, who are the peers to this clown show? Sprouts. What the fuck is this?
I
Sprout
don't even
Social.
know.
Ooh. Sprout Social. Oh, cool. Does it make money? Let's see. Do you think it makes money?
I'm gonna guess no. I'm gonna
Let's
guess
see.
no. No accounting profits. No
No,
nothing.
it does not make money. Never makes
Hey!
money. What else? What else we got here? I've never heard of these. Sprinkler. Oh, look, let's spell sprinkler wrong. Okay, cool. Market cap 3 billion again.
Yep.
Highly
My guess
valued.
is no net
Up
income.
50% this year. Okay, let's see if this makes money.
Negative net income.
Where's the net income? Oh, look,
Oh, oh, okay. I
finally
I
it
get to
made
eat my
profit.
words.
Hallelujah. It made money. Like,
God
I
bless.
I mean, my play in AI is the cybersecurity ETF, and I would like to buy AMD again, honestly, at some point.
Yeah.
Not not right now, but I've bought it many times, more than 5, sold it. That's to say you're gonna own AMD long term, man. Oh, you better have some friggin' balls because it's crazy they've never really sold any
Yeah.
because this thing is like these are some harsh dips this thing goes through.
Yeah.
Like this is a harsh stock to own and
Yeah.
say you're gonna hold long term. Like oh, like look at these drops. Freaking like even here, I bought it at like 60
Yeah.
and then I sold like 100
Mhm.
like here. And then it ran up to like 130,
Yeah, because
right?
I
Because this
actually
thing
want
was
to
a
say,
crazy
like,
train. I'm like at 100, I'm
yeah,
like, man, it could drop again because it moves so fast.
I
And then
I
it
want,
got to 130,
yeah,
dropped back to 90 something dollars,
yeah,
which I should. My friend was yelling at me when it was when it was in October.
mhm.
He's like texting me. He's like, "You're an idiot not buying this right now." I'm like, I know. Then it ran again, but
Yeah, because I want to say that ride up to like roughly 100. Like, I want to say you actually like did share that with people on Discord as
I
for the
should have gone. I did stocks, and that was the last time I did contracts.
yeah,
I bought calls.
yeah.
I've done that with the only yeah I did calls with that, and the last time I did calls before that was Ford. But yeah, dude,
Ooh,
six
yeah,
when Paul was railing against AMD when it was $60 when it was here. Paul, anybody can go watch. He had
yep.
his every time AMD dropped or any news, he would like rail against AMD and then he would like, polish the balls of Intel. And I was just blasting him in the comments of all those videos. I'm like, "You're making a giant mistake. You obviously have no effing clue what you literally have no idea what you're doing." And other people would comment too. They're like, "You don't understand tech if you're telling people that Intel in your stupid software is a better company than AMD." Like, I don't even give a shit. People are like, well, Intel's $50. I'm like, dude, it's not even a competition. Like
No,
Lisa Sue's goat status. Like, but Yeah, he got wrecked. Or compare like he bought. And the people need to be clear. Like I don't think I covered this in the Paul video, but like he was buying Intel when it was like $50. So people look at the chart and they see that it dropped to
Yep.
25 and then it ran. I'm like, he didn't buy it at $25. Paul was buying Intel in the 50s. So if he held it today, he was breaking even, which he sold it. So he lost money like he always does. But
Yes.
he's a clown show.
Yeah.
But like
Like, and
AMD is taking Intel to the woodshed and just
yes,
taking their data center business. Like
I
fucking just taking it. Ah, cha.
no,
And then
like,
people like, Intel's got a 3D chip. I'm like, AMD has one. Intel's like pretending they're going to have a 3D chip at some point. Maybe. But
I just love also like with his portfolio update. One other curious thing wasn't there, and that was cruise line companies and how he royally screwed that one up because he picked Carnival, and we already covered that ground. But yeah, yeah,
oh
good
yeah,
times.
he picked the wrong Carnival company.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was the wrong cruise company. It was just like, and that's not even tech. So
Yeah,
you
like
know,
looking at this, it's like, okay, where's Southwest Airlines? Every portfolio review I've done, he's had Southwest Airlines. He says that long term,
yep,
he loves that company. So where is it?
yep.
Is it because it's down this year? How we let's see what has Southwest done this year? How we cherry pick our freaking results. Or it's love, isn't it?
Yeah, it's love. It's love.
Year to date. Oh, imagine why he didn't put Southwest in his chart. Just imagine why. He might still own it. Like he's owned it for as far back as I've seen, he's owned
Yeah,
Southwest
yeah.
Airlines. How
Yep.
convenient it's not here.
Yep.
Oh,
How
3M. Wow, that amazing 10% increase from that stock that you bought where you didn't know they were being sued by like half the world, the fucking company or countries. And then this should be like down 70-80%. We've
yeah.
already established. He
Yep.
really lost like he probably lost 70% on this investment, but he
Yep.
tax loss harvested it. So this one maybe is real. I know he
Yeah.
did videos on Amex. I don't recall him ever buying Disney. But anyways, he bought it at a shitty price if he got 6% gain.
Yeah.
Generac, I don't remember anything he talked about Generac. And then I think we already established this price, even if you would have had to buy at the exact lowest price this year to get a 53% upside.
Yeah.
Perfectly timed the bottom 52-week low,
Just
hypothetically.
just include
And then I
the
think we said
covered
this one doesn't
portfolios.
even, it's not even possible. You literally could not
Yeah.
have gotten this return. It from the lowest price this year, it didn't even go up this much. So, but then people railed on him for this because they're like,
Yeah.
wait, if you were such a freaking proponent of PayPal in your videos, why aren't you up more than 1%? Why weren't you buying it at 50? So this, and then he's getting shit for this one too, because they're like, well, why didn't you buy it at 50 if you loved it
Yep.
in your software so much? Why'd you wait till it ran to like $60? Um, fucking, this is such bullshit.
Oh yeah.
So, and then yeah, my comment, which is down here. I love the response. So this is either an intern or
34.
some sort of Indian consulting
Yeah.
business that
Oh
does
yeah.
these.
GC.
This English is broken. So he said, I think those were trades.
Yes. Yeah. For the Nvidia short.
That's weird English. Dot dot dot.
Yeah.
This are that's not right.
Yep.
Just stocks. Okay, just stocks. That's not broken English. About investments. That doesn't make any sense. For the long haul. What the fuck does that mean? Like, I think I short circuited JC's brain. So, oh my god, unbelievable, unbelievable. What? All I can hope is more channels cover this, which
Yeah.
are we're seeing it. So
Yep.
you're seeing it in these comments that
Oh yes.
it's working.
Yep.
So all of us just keep and for the people watching this, you're like, why do you guys keep attacking Paul? Like nobody cares, or we all they either say like nobody cares. If you don't like him, just don't watch him. What else do they fucking say? Just all this stuff. It's like, okay, there's new people that come online all the time.
Yes.
This
Yes.
will never end. There's
Mhm.
new investors that are going to come online and they get preyed upon by people like Paul and Meet Kevin or
Yeah.
Jeremy. So yeah, like strongman has to keep railing against Jeremy. Like
Mhm.
me, I'm gonna keep railing against Paul.
Yeah.
Who and Echoes rails against Paul, and he goes against some other grifters, and yeah,
Yep.
you have to keep going after them. Like,
Yeah. Bang the
and they
drum.
want proof, even though they won't believe you. So you have to keep showing proof, and then you can show proof, and then they're gonna like not pay attention and
Yeah.
whatever. Feel free to
Some
lose money following these people.
yeah, some people don't, but other people, like as we're starting to see though, there's the tide. Some of the tide is turning, and that's
I
good.
mean, I propose like I readily admit here, I'm like, I don't think you should have your whole portfolio individual stocks, which I used to
Mhm.
because I was a dividend guy. I don't think you should do that. I've learned like, yeah, you should be in indexes and you should just take your shots. Like,
Yeah.
um, and there's your competitive edge,
Mhm.
but you take a few shots here and there, but you don't wreck your future.
Yeah.
So
Out of curiosity, because I've been like the most recent go with trying to pick individual companies or like specific ETFs. Um, I've been
but
doing this for about 2 years. Like, how much more time would you say would be needed to evaluate?
what
How much time do you think a person should like give themselves to see if they're any good at this as far as like picking individual companies to
oh, I
invest
was
in?
shit for I was I did terribly. Like friggin' I tried to time like a Call of Duty release and I mistimed it. I was right again,
Yeah,
but not
but
time.
yeah,
My thesis on the stock was right,
yeah,
but then you gotta time it right.
yeah.
I mean, I was McDonald's kept me from being a total wreck, right?
Hmm.
Like I would have lost everything if I didn't have McDonald's at least keep me sane. That didn't go belly up, but
Yeah. All right.
you're
Because
ahead of me though because you have accounting background and you have an investment community that I never had. I
yeah,
just had library books and really crappy old Yahoo search engine. So I don't know. I don't. I mean, I don't know what you want to do. Core satellite, or are you going to be a boglehead, which is different?
as
Um,
of right now, I'm positioned as a more traditional boglehead. But again, like I got my small little active portfolio, which so far it's
I mean,
recovered
I
some
would tell you, which you do
stuff.
do whatever you want, but
Yeah, yeah.
your 401k,
Hmm.
you there's only like 4 or 5 ways to do a 401k.
Yep,
So you pick one of them and you stick with it forever, and then
yep,
your Roth, you could probably just do the same as your 401k
yeah,
or VT, honestly.
yep, yep.
And then if you want to play, I would say get a personal brokerage account on
Mm.
like Webull or something, or and then go for it.
Yeah,
So
yep,
and view it as like a hobby, right?
yeah. Alrighty. That's where I've been. So that's good. That's good to see.
But it's tough. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I was so sure BarkBox would be a good thing, and you know
Hmm.
the speculations. Leash. So you go on a good run sometimes. Sometimes it's against you.
Oh yeah,
Jeremy
yeah.
shows his portfolio. Well, strongman would say Jeremy is selectively showing you a portfolio with conveniently, you know, stock cost bases that are pulled out and put back in and stuff. So, like we have a thesis, like he'll pull an investment out of one brokerage, throw it to another, and then he'll bring it back, and then like the cost basis gets adjusted, even though he still got wrecked. But
Yeah.
I don't really follow I don't follow Jeremy at all. I'm not gonna do videos on him.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
Chris's target. I really don't know much about him beyond except what Chris does. So
Yeah.
EM needs to be called out. Huge grifters, you guys. Lord's work. I like I just I don't know. I am a tenant proponent of Peter Lynch, and I'm like, what everything money's doing is so not what Peter Lynch would teach you to do. It's like the exact opposite of what he would have taught you to do. And that's why it drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, what's your competitive edge using this silly spreadsheet they created? I just don't understand you have no edge like doing this.
No.
I just Like if there was an edge to doing simple valuations of these 8-pillar garbage and making any sort of alpha,
Mhm.
there'd be some company on Wall Street with a freaking algorithm, and they would just buy every company in America that had those 8 pillars.
Yep.
Because if it worked, if it provided even the slightest 10th of a % alpha, you just do it to every company in the world
Yep.
and you'd make money. So it's just ridiculous to think that you have found a way to invest that involves a spreadsheet that I can build in Excel in like an hour.
Yeah.
And you think that's the way to invest? Like, like a microcosm could be like Disney. Like, I waited on Disney all year, waited, and I knew what I needed to see. And then that day hit,
Yep.
bam, jump in at $81. It shot up to 96. So I think Disney's worth over $100. So, but I waited for certain things that would not have, it wasn't about the numbers, right? It was about statements from
Yes.
management,
Yep.
hopefully a change in culture. Um, None of this stuff would have come up in the actual financials in a meaningful way that you could invest. So, like, you'd miss, it's just clownish, I think. But what Paul does is so stupid. Like, it's a facade. He wants you to see that he's a value investor, but then the hand behind his back is an option trading degenerate,
Yes.
like day trading degenerate. He probably looks at charts all day. I don't know. When did you get into accounting? Graduated 2013, so 10 years ago. So I was 30 when I started being an accountant.
Hey, me too.
Yeah.
Still the ride isn't over yet for me.
It took
But
3 years of night school. So that was fun.
that is actually a joke. It's funny because like I've experimented with options, and as time has gone by, no, like the options activity has just like plummeted for me. So it's fun. It's fun times.
Yeah.
Good old
Yeah,
Andrew.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to call out people that are all individual stocks.
No.
There are people, I don't think everyone's the same. There are people that are can do it,
Mhm.
but that's not like the vast majority of people
Yeah.
are not going to be able to hack it. I don't think I could be 100% individual stocks anymore and perform, not with
Oh,
how much I have for like my job and trying to work out more and kid
yeah.
stuff. So I've given up the boat on some of that to some degree.
Yeah.
If I don't find any housing investments, I'm just going to freaking put more money in my ETF and
Yeah.
I don't even care
Live.
if it performs well or not. I think
Yeah.
it'll perform fine.
Mhm.
Intel is depending on fab. I had said originally I wanted to buy Intel once we got closer to those fabs being established. If you
Mhm.
go, I have like really old videos from talking about Intel. And I just said, I'm just going to wait until their fabs are almost fully up and operating before I decide.
Yeah.
Everyone else has decided just to jump in before that. So
Yeah.
traditional bogleheads only buy fake indexes. I mean, I'll tell you, like, you guys know, like, I really hated VT when I first saw what it was. I was not a fan. But I get it. But I was never a
Yeah.
boglehead. I
Yeah.
understand more now talking about
Mhm.
why he does it, and it's fine. Like,
Yeah.
so be it.
Yeah. Broad
The
diversified grown up
people that bag
indexes.
on it to say it's underperforming, that is like nonsense. Like that's not understanding what the point of
It's yeah.
this, like being a global indexer.
Mhm.
So, but I get what he does. I mean, I don't want to invest in China. If they pulled China out of VT, then I don't know, maybe it would be on the table for me, I guess, right? Like,
Yeah.
but I don't like that aspect of it that it puts the market cap weighting doesn't care about VIE structures, right?
Yeah.
Blindly just follows market cap weighting. So I heard some interesting things about Intel tonight talking to a guy who works at 30 years, maybe in the Discord. Oh,
Wow.
cool.
Get in here, Andrew. There's a link.
I mean, I hope Intel does well because it's an American company.
Yeah.
I don't want it to fail.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey.
Hey, I did if you're newer, I did Peter Lynch's One Up on Wall Street book review. It was my first
Yes.
book review because it's my
Yep.
favorite investing book. I should do his other book, the other famous one. I haven't read in a long time though. So
Yeah, it gives an excuse to revisit a good book.
I will do the next book in the dividend book series. That's
Mhm.
coming in January at some point. I got to finish that. There's 3 books.
Yeah.
So Intel might be buying as people think. Hmm. Interesting.
Yes.
I mean, there is a path for them. I
Oh
can
yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of Europe is cool. Yeah. I mean, like I covered like with Chris, it's like Poland, France,
Mhm.
Italy have their markets did great this year. They
Yeah.
outperformed the US actually. So, oh my goodness, at 2 hours.
Yes. Yep. Casual, cool 2 hours for what seems like a somewhat random stream.
Yeah,
Good stream. Good stream.
Peter Lynch is yeah, I would say like most
Yes.
people that quote Peter Lynch
Hmm.
don't understand or haven't read his books. I think most of them just haven't read his book, honestly. They maybe Googled his name and saw what like Investopedia says about him,
Hmm.
but
No,
I
I
don't know.
agree. I agree.
Like should you invest like Peter Lynch, like verbatim copy? Probably not.
No.
I don't think it would work, but you can take
Yeah.
the tenets of what he learned investing the way he did it at his time,
Yes.
and you can apply him.
Yeah.
But I don't think you could like copy what he did. Like
No.
I don't know if that would work. And he's been asked this question in interviews, like because people always ask him, like, do you think your investing style works today? Because he's not doing it anymore.
Hmm.
He's not really active. And he still says it does. It just would require a lot of I mean, there's like social arb aspects almost to what he did.
Yes.
And the groundwork, like going out and getting a
Hmm.
feel for a company. And um,
Yeah.
yeah. But it's his broader ideas just are timeless. It's his
Mhm.
timeless theories.
No, I agree. I agree. Like
I am more like JL I don't know who JL Collins is.
I want to say he might be one of the relative Bogleheads, if I remember correctly, because I want to say
Oh,
he
I've heard
did.
of this book. Simple Path to Wealth.
Yeah, yeah, because I want to say like he did a YouTube video where like he edited a clip from The Gambler where he like replaced his face in with John Goodman's. Like it was a pretty good scene. Movie wasn't that great,
This was
but
a movie?
no, 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 no. There was like JL Collins did a little like skit basically. Like I
Huh.
thought it was a good skit.
Debt, why you must avoid it. I mean, you should avoid credit card debt right now. It's like 18,
Yeah,
25%.
yeah,
Oof. I have one credit card left, but it is 0 interest until August. So they offered me 18 months, freaking 0 interest for a 4% upfront fee.
yeah. Mhm.
So like I just did it. I was like, sure, I'll just take the money. Why not? That's a great fee. So I just kind of took it and did some stuff. I'll pay it back before August. But yeah, I'm not a Dave Ramsey person for sure. I fucking got home equity lines. I have a margin line I can use.
Yeah.
I got access. So
Yep. Yeah, JL Collins. I want to say he also had a Google talk that was like that's pretty old, but like it's all right. That's what I want to say. But feel free to yell at me in the comments or yell at me into the chat.
Boglehead. This Boglehead stuff's interesting. I've only been exposed to it last few years, maybe.
Yeah.
I know who John Bogle is, but the whole Bogleheadism, none
Hmm.
of my friends are Bogleheads. So no. I would describe them as like semi and oil people for the most part,
I
honestly.
I
I
am
joke,
think
that's literally what they are. They're like
yeah,
oil and semis fab investors.
yeah.
So
I would say I am thankful for the Bogleheads work because like I'm bad with tech. I'm bad with really really large market cap companies, and what happens to be the beautiful thing in the index? Like
well, that's
pick
what
an
like
index.
I believe in the cybersecurity thesis. I'm just
Yeah.
not picking individual winners.
Yep.
So
Yep. Yeah. So like
I'll pick the basket because I
yeah.
think like CrowdStrike probably has a great chance of being the best of the bunch, but
Hmm.
I'll just hold the basket. So
Yeah. Yeah.
and
I
not all
agree.
those companies were in the S&P 500. So that was a good ETF because the overlap wasn't there necessarily.
Hmm.
Because
No, I agree.
a lot of those I didn't have necessarily any exposure to, honestly.
Yeah.
So I mean, if it I might dump this year's Roth in it too, honestly. I guess
Mm,
we'll see.
yeah.
But we're not there yet.
Mhm. Yeah. So it's fun.
Somehow I have done options and stocks, other shenanigans. In the end, indexing is a solution that works for me.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, if
Yep.
you're following the tenets of Core Satellite, then you can do all of it.
Hmm.
So in a
Yeah.
responsible way,
Yes.
degenerate to death.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say understand yourself, understand the goods and the bads, and work through it in a
All right.
reasonable and responsible way.
Time is it 1 o'clock? Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Well, I got the
Yep.
next three. I got the next 2 days off, so I don't care.
Hey.
All right. I'm gonna play. So we're at 2 hours, so I
Yes.
think that's enough. So I think Monday for people, I think I'm gonna try and get the video. It won't be a live stream. I think I'll just do a video
Yeah.
of it's more for new people. Like, I don't know. I gotta do video content for newer people. It can't just be like, what are your options for what you can do in your 401k? Because
Hmm.
like I said, there's a lot of people just sitting in cash.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna cover just the basics of like 4 or 5. I was talking to Chris about like what are people's options in their 401k.
Yep.
Like, so I'll like pick 4 or 5 to show. I'm like, you just pick one and stick with it. They
Yes.
all are fine.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Besides just only being in cash the entire
Yeah,
time.
that's the only thing I really want to point out. Any of those strategies is better
Yeah.
than cash long
Yes.
term.
Yeah. To
So
clarify, if you're like really, really young, starting
don't be
off your
scared about
career,
picking the
yeah,
right or wrong. Like the
yeah,
only answer that's wrong is doing none of them. And
yes,
sitting in cash in your 401k is the only wrong answer.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know. So that'll come. All
Mhm.
right. I'm gonna play. I have a new outro with my new intro. So I feel like I'm gonna play that to end out and
Yep.
then off we go. So all right, I will play this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.